stacked clap. I might have to sample that.
You're listening to Future Sounds Season 4 Episode 1. We're back after, I wouldn't say brief hiatus, but we're back. We've got an all-star cast with us this evening. I'm joined by Thom from Donor Lens. I won't make the same gag about one of your other segments, but we can get into some of the stuff you're doing with your solo project, which you've had in deep freeze for a while, I believe.
5+ years, I think.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Aldo, our DJ extraordinaire, who's taken a break from the decks to join us for catch up, and of course a new panelist who's been a guest on the show before, Jornt, one of the leading vanguards of the Mallsoft scene, the owner and manager and all things related with Hiraeth Records, but I don't think he needs much of an introduction. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, doing fine, thank you.
It's been a while. We were all together, 3 months ago? I mean, we've been planning to do this for a couple of months now. We've been, I think, middle of August for Flamingo Fest, so we're talking a good 2 months now that we've been back. And it's kind of crazy that time just flies by.
I can't believe it's 2 months.
I know. I'm still feeling like the bleak longing for the warm weather. And yeah, it's got quite depressing here this week. The clocks have just changed, so it's dark. It's pitch black outside, and we're ready for a long haul now. I imagine it's probably worse.
It's probably nice where Aldo is.
Yeah,
I use that term loosely. It's all right. It's still super. It's still super hot over here. So, I think you look outside and it's October and fall, but it's still like 90+ degrees. So it doesn't feel very nice. It looks nice, but it doesn't feel very nice.
It's horrible here. I think it's like 9 degrees here. It's been raining and windy all day. I'm starting to get that feeling where I'm ready to start wearing the long johns and glove up when I go for dog walks. It's freezing.
You're a very like hygge or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
What's the word we need? We need some Scandinavian pronunciation. What's the word, Jornt?
Oh, was it
cozy word?
Yeah, hygge. I think hygge. Yeah. I mean, it's getting cold here. It's dark early. Soon it'll be like 4 p.m. and it's dark. Horrible winters.
Yeah, your clock's changed today as well, right?
Yep.
I still can't work. I was reading an article today and they were saying that the daylight saving switch up, so changing your calendar twice in the year, causes an increased rate of like strokes and heart attacks and general poor sleep. And all that for the Scottish fucking farmers. That's what it's for.
You're getting this one confused with your other podcast.
Oh yeah. You also got to go to another event that none of us made it to, which was in Belgium, in Kortrijk. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Slushwave 2025, right?
Yeah, Slushwave 2025, and on the Sunday was Naturewave Festival.
Nice.
In a park.
So I saw some of the footage. It did look beautiful. It was like a 3-day event, right? A mixture of URL and IRL shows.
Yeah, we started on Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So actually 4 days. Cool. I played on the Thursday, on the first opening, together with Tim Six. We both did like the warm-up event in a special place. And after that started the live stream, which people could see from a cafe. That was so amazing. It was really good. Like big screen, big speakers, and everyone just chilling at the bar, having a beer and watching the Slushwave live stream. That was a great setup.
And what's it like with the numbers? Did many people make it in real life to Belgium?
Yeah, they had sold way more tickets than last year. And I even got some people, after I told them, like, hey, I'll be there at Slushwave. Oh, well, what is it? And then they also decided to come. So I guess from word of mouth, and many people showed up.
It is interesting because I've noticed a few posts starting to creep in, and this is the same for Synthwave as well. Like people questioning how healthy the Vaporwave scene is at the moment. Like one of the kind of like hot take to pull that out was people were saying, okay, there's still events going on, but like what was the last classic album? and using that as a measure for how healthy the scene is. But it seems to me like we've still got, there's a URL, Roachcore did an event just recently, there's a Daydream Deluxe one coming up very soon. We obviously had Flamingo Fest and Slushwave 2025, so there's live events happening all over the shop. Like, what's your take on that? Like, I suppose it's kind of a valid question. What was the last classic album?
That's a darn good question.
I'm not trying to be deliberately facetious here, but like, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Like, most of the top 10 albums that people would pull out, and we're going to do a kind of a podcast on that later in the series, like kind of pulling out our favourite albums of all time. But most of the ones that people would put in that list of canons did all come from maybe 5 years plus ago, didn't they? And is that even the right measure?
Yeah, I mean, is it the right measure? And I think like a lot of the classic albums had like a big old push from the algorithm, and the algorithm's clearly moved on to other content, and you're increasingly competing with things that aren't music as well for people's attention. And like the platforms have changed. Like the kind of the classic albums date from a time when I don't think TikTok really existed and Instagram Reels didn't exist as well. So I think albums, long format stuff, and I think the algorithms just kind of prioritizes other stuff. I mean, it went through a phase of kind of pushing Barber Beats stuff. I don't know if that's ongoing. And Pizza Hotline's Level Select had a big old algorithmic push, and is a big shout for
I would say that's a good shout.
Classic album, but whether or not it's actually Vaporwave, but
a different kind, new style of Vaporwave maybe. Not the 80s or 90s, but the zeros, I'd say.
Yeah, the Y2K thing's is massive, isn't it? And like Fruitiger Aero and stuff like that. Like Barber Beats, like you said, all these things have kind of kicked the algorithm sideways into new directions. And if you look at Bandcamp's kind of Vaporwave chart, such that it is still dominated by releases by people like Macroblank and Slower Pace. And then you've still got, like I was looking earlier on before we started recording, and Blank Banshee's Zero's still on there. So there are, whether that means that album's still getting bought loads or it's a sign that the new ones aren't being bought as much is hard to tell. But there's definitely loads of Barber Beats still there. There's loads of Slushwave seems to be kicking on. Like everything Desert Sands puts out is massive.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, I think he's relatively healthy. I think the classic thing is a hard thing to use as a measuring stick anyway, because you can only discover it for the first time once, and it doesn't mean good stuff's not happening all the time. Yeah. But I mean, I would say, like, I don't know what your take on this. You run a label. The best selling stuff that we do does tend to be reissues of classics.
Yeah, if you want the total truth, that's true. Yeah, that those sell the best, to keep it in marketing terms. I do find it a bit of a bummer that the scene is a little bit less open to new things, maybe. To word like that. Like I've got great things lined up, and then you see that it doesn't have that many sales, and then suddenly someone does a re-release of something and it's like sells a lot. Like, come on, listen to the new stuff.
You're guilty. You just
true. I'm part of it. I'm part of the problem.
You're part of the problem. It is true though. I mean, we put out, and this is a few years ago, I think I brought this example up a few times, like X-Wave's album Peak Internet. I think is one of the best albums we've ever released. I absolutely adore it. And for whatever reason, that weekend, I think we put it out on the weekend of Econ 2, and people were doing other things, and it didn't get picked up that weekend, and it never really recovered in sales. I think it's amazing, and everyone who's bought it loves it, as far as I can gather. But it's just hard to turn people onto it because it's already been out. And how do you generate excitement for something that's been out for 2.5 years? It kind of looks bad that it hasn't sold out, and yet it's a fucking stellar album. It's hard, But I guess all labels are feeling this at the minute. I think a better measure is probably the amount of people that still tune in for URL shows and go to the live events, because that's what's kind of at the core of Vaporwave anyway, is the community side of it, and the Discord servers that are popping off everywhere. It's just moved, I think. It's moved to Blue Sky and it's moved to Discord servers. It's just kind of, you have to measure it in a different way if you want to,
Yeah, times have changed. It's different than before. It all started on Facebook and whatnot, and now you have Discord groups, Discord servers. Blue Sky, Twitter is less popular.
Twitter's hell.
Yeah.
I hate it.
X.
I never got
I never name. I can't name it X. It's I can't.
I made the mistake of going on there yesterday, and I saw that I think it was Virtual Algorithm had called us out because I put a message in the Vapor Vinyl subreddit. Basically, I thought it'd be a nice shout because we've done a screening of the film. I think you guys were all there at the screening.
Yep.
So we've got the film to a stage where we're happy with it structurally. We took feedback from loads of people who were there. There's stuff to improve. We want to cut a few bits out. But basically, the body of the film is done. It just needs to be tightened up a little bit. And we want to have some nicer footage to cut away from the talking heads feel of it. You know, like, and there's a section where we talk about the rise of merch. So I put a post in the subreddit just asking people if they had creative ways of capturing on video their collections and show some of the formats. And we kind of got called out. I think the post said something like, there'll be an official repress of Floral Shop before this film gets made. And then you get the usual crowd of people sort of jumping on, this will never happen. It's like, it's done. Like,
I'm disappointed they haven't bootlegged it. Somebody should have filmed it in the screening, like on their phone, and then they could have released that on DVD on their bootleg label.
Well, Indy did film. Indy was sat next to me holding his phone the whole time. I kept wanting to say to him, like, I can hand you, like, I can give you a digital copy of it, bro. But I think he was filming it because he wanted to capture for posterity. Every time someone appeared on screen for the first time, I don't know if you remember, they were like, well, not everyone got a cheer, but most people who appeared on screen for the first time got a cheer. And it was kind of like, it was a very surreal experience sitting there and watching the film back with people.
Yeah, I felt so British.
Yeah,
we're such restrained. I mean, Jornt probably European as well. Like, we're quite British and European cinema audiences are quite restrained.
This was. Why are you talking?
This was very participatory.
I was like, is this how they view it in America? Is this like American cinema?
I was trying to work out, do people do this like when Clooney hits the screen for the first time in one of his films or something? Like, is this just like people are super excited to be there for this specific thing because it means a lot to them? Or is this how you guys watch films? Aldo, is this how you watch films all the time?
No. I'm definitely not. My clapping at the theater was probably, Nobody Here was probably the first time I clapped in the theater. So I don't see much of that here when I go to the movies.
That's comforting to know. Yeah,
I think that there's like, it was a mixture of relief and the fact that everyone was there together to watch it, because it was a special thing. I'd obviously seen it about 15 times in the week leading up to the screening, so I was sick to fucking death of it. And we sat down.
It was hard to watch, wasn't it?
It was hard to watch. I know you've watched it just as many times because you and Jerome were doing the work on the soundtrack right up to the last minute.
Yeah,
but
well, it was my first time seeing, and when I saw it, I felt like my jaw was dropped the whole time. I think I clapped anytime someone came out, and it was just I feel like the energy in the room was like a party, but everyone's seated, everyone, like, I felt like it was just like electric in there. And you know, I know that you've mentioned like several times it's no secret that like the production is taking way longer than you all were expecting. But I felt like when we were in there, when we were watching it, it was like worth the wait. Like, just seeing it in real life, being in New York, being in the room, there was like 50 people. Just being there in culmination with everything, it felt like that was like the coolest, most perfect way to watch that film.
And the venue was lush as well. It was like a family business kind of thing, a small cinema, and they were really cool in there. Like, people were getting food and drinks and stuff, and it, like you said, it was like a party, and everyone was gathered outside afterwards. It was really nice, and it felt like, wow, this is such a relief that we finally made it to this. Like, we set that deadline to make sure that we had something done for that point, and we're so close to finish now. I think it's just there's just a few bits I think that drag, and there's some visuals that we want to put to augment it, so it's not just people talking. There's a lot of good visual content in it. I mean, it's a rich visual scene, and we want to put more stuff in, and so I thought it'd be a nice idea to get people to submit their collections. And I think we got a bit we were getting ripped for still touting for more content kind of thing, like this was a crucial part of the film. So I just think it's a nice touch, to be honest with you, and I think whatever happens, there's going to be some haters regardless.
Always.
I'm pleased that you guys enjoyed it. I mean, you were part of it. So what was it like seeing yourself on screen for the first time?
It took me straight back to London. I was like, oh yeah, I remember in the Airbnb, big lights on my face, camera. Yeah,
that was when we did FutureSounds 3, I think, wasn't it? You were over to play.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the poster now. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I got the poster here in my closet. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
That was a great gig. Great.
I suppose
recording.
I should probably sort of just give a couple of details quickly. So the plan at the minute is that we're trying to get it ready to get to people, like the VHS, the DVDs, and sort of a wider release around January, February. So it gives us a couple more months just to take on board the criticism and, you know, sort of critique that we had from the people who watched it, and a few things that we know quite obviously for ourselves watching it back, like the bits that are too long. It's a bit of tidying up exercise, really. Add a bit of visual art and sort of improve the motion graphics and titles and stuff like that. Like, it's just a tidying up exercise now. We're pretty happy with where we are at with it.
Are you going to premiere it in a cinema?
Yeah, I think we'll do that. I don't know when we would do that, because it's obviously difficult for us to get abroad for something like that. Whether we maybe released it to people who backed it, because I don't want to hold people back any longer, really. But then maybe we do like a party kind of premiere around the next Flamingo Fest, or, you know, if not that, then maybe try and get out for a weekend in spring to America, and we could do one in Europe and one in London, perhaps, would be cool. We're not going to get everywhere. Yeah. I wouldn't have. You
gotta show it at Slushwave Festival. That cinema is so good. Seriously, stage and audio, it's amazing.
Yeah,
and we had a few people.
Cool. Yeah, we had a few people reach out to us when we were doing the community screening about putting something on for us in LA. So obviously we got David Limo who lives out there, and a couple of other people who've been sort of helping us with it, who would probably be great who could attend in our absence, kind of thing. So I think I'd struggle to get out to LA and then out to America again next summer. But we'll see. It's coming soon though, so like rest assured, it was never a blag. It just took us longer than we wanted it to. So yeah, it is what it is.
Well, you had COVID in between, like during production, so that set you back.
People don't want to hear that. I think people are sick of excuses. They just want to see it, and I understand where they're coming from. From my point of view, like, it kind of is a millstone around our neck, and as MPF, kind of, we're associated with it for good and bad, and so we need to deliver on it soon. I think it will be good for us to have it off our backs as well. But I'm pretty proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. Anyway, I think that covers off Nobody Here. I don't want to go in too deep, because Flamingo Fest was such a long time ago. I don't want to go in too deep on it, but I just wondered if anyone had any like highlights they wanted to pull out quickly, like things that were fun or notable about the event itself.
Well, the auto set was particularly poignant, wasn't it?
Was going to say the same. That was amazing that he played there and no one else played outside. Just him on stage with everyone partying and being able to do his set. That was really good. Yeah,
and everyone joining him on stage. It was Indy's idea, actually. It was a great idea to shut the outdoor stage so that everyone could sort of join that, because he was on stage on his wheelchair for people who don't know. And it was just a beautiful moment that everyone kind of connected together, and his family and I think it was one of his old friends from college. They were just such lovely people, and it was a real honor to be part of that. That would definitely be one of my picks for sure.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the guy who dressed up as Mac Tonight in that weather and held the outfit for the whole time, and then we got him on stage while St. Pepsi was playing. That was sick.
That was a fever dream. I felt like
that was amazing.
I know. It's true, because we got it on camera, so we know it happened. But at the time, I was like, "Is this really happening? This is just too good to be true."
It has had to happen.
I think it was Thom, Amanda, and I were watching Pepsi, and Amanda's. She's not in the scene, right? She'll listen to whatever I put on, but about I think halfway through Pepsi's set, she was like, I'm going to go sit down now. And so she went to go sit. It was just Thom and I. And I think at one point I was like, fuck, I feel like dancing. And I saw y'all two upstage, and I said, I'm going to go join them up there. And at that point, like, just up there, the music blasting, people dancing, and then Mac to the guy in the Mac Tonight costume. I just remember thinking, like, what the fuck is happening right now? It was nuts. Yeah.
When you spend like months, and it takes months to organize, because you got to get the venue, you've got to organize, you know, you got to do it early enough that you can sell tickets, you got to promote, you've got to deal with work with artists to design posters, all the work that goes into it, the boring stuff takes ages, and it's really stressful. It's high stakes because we're spending so much money, and you don't make a lot of money out of an event like this. Like, we lost money with the first one, we made a little bit this time round. But just that being the last set, and kind of, it was me, Lux. At first, it was me, Lux, Jay, and Indy on the side of the stage. And then Mac Tonight came up, and then there were other people around us on the edge of the stage. And it was just like being at the center of the world for a moment. It was great. Like,
I think they tried to shut us down too, right?
Yeah, because that fucking event that was on before, like, we were supposed to be in about an hour before. So
it was a fucking event as well.
Yeah, it really literally.
It was a crazy. Oh man, it was. Someone shat on the floor in the event before us in the toilet. So we arrived, and there was. How do I describe this?
How do you describe it?
How do I describe what I saw? I mean, the guy said, look, these guys, you can go in and you can start setting up in the garden because they're not out there, but you have to go through the dance floor, and just be warned, what you see, you won't be able to unsee, was the words that I got told. And Indy and I were like, how bad can it be? And we just walked in the door, and I was like, I kind of did a 180 spin on my heels as I got into the door. I was like, I don't think I need to be in here. I think I trust them to get this shut down as quickly as possible, because there weren't many clothes.
It's that scene in Peep Show, isn't it? Where Superhands doesn't want to go into the party.
Yeah. Don't go in that door.
There's bad things happening.
Or like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, when he goes into the toilet door, and it's like, what he saw in there, he'll never be able to unsee. It was like that. But yeah, when we were cleaning up, I think one of the sinks had been pulled off a wall in one of the toilets. I think that was in the girls' toilet. And then someone had shat on the floor. There were like condoms and drug packets and just all sorts. It was chaos. It was like the last days of Rome. But it was all good. We got there in the end. It was wicked. And it was a good venue. I would do it there again. But I think it'd be quite fun to go somewhere else in America next time, I think. A new city, I think, would be cool. Yeah. But we'll see.
New York was great. I mean,
I love it. I've done it. You know, we've done it a few times. We've been to all of the econs except for one. I've been to all the econs in New York. And obviously we went to Summer Slushy first. That was before one of the econs, wasn't it? And then we did that, and we've done LA. I think it'd be fun to try somewhere else, somewhere a bit more central.
I think Chicago would be a phenomenal place to try out an event.
It's a cool city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to go.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Bear recently, so I'm well into that, and Ferris Bueller is one of my favourite films. There's loads of reasons why Chicago would be cool, but I'm sure there's other options. We've got to look at the one that is most likely to get people to it, because it's an expensive thing to do. But we'll see. Chicago's definitely one of the options.
We should shout out the tape swap the day afterwards as well. That was really good, and there were some special moments there as well. Like, I think the Days of Blue set was really beautiful. Yeah. Everybody's very tired from the festival, and you know, they were just playing some very beautiful music, and you know, they looked so pleased to be up there, and Desert Sand is their like biggest hype man as well, and you know, drumming up the ambient party. You know, that was very sweet, and Buffington Slater's set was really special as well, I think. Yeah. And actually, what was who was Cleo's performer with the kind of guitar theatrics?
They smashed the guitar, well. That was great. I nearly got when the guitar was getting smashed, I nearly got taken out. I was thinking any second now I'm going to get like plastic shards in my eyes. I was quite close to the moment. Like, it was cool. It was amazing. That was
I had some big FOMO just seeing all the stuff going on that day, and you know, I was still in the chat.
You left, hadn't you?
I had work the next day, so I had to get out. I had to leave Sunday. I don't even know. I think it was 10 o'clock was our flight or something, but I was seeing all the Instagram stories, the WhatsApp chat. You know, I was like, I was really bummed that I didn't get to that I didn't get to go to that set. But everything else was cool. The theater, the film, the actual event, everything else. So I can't complain.
Can we, before we move on, Jornt, can we get a couple of highlights from you from the Slushwave event in Belgium?
Well, it was the first time I met Tim Six, which was a personal highlight for me, since we've been talking a lot about dad life and how we handle things. It's quite fun. Highlights of the festival, I think definitely Vanitas was one of the highlights. Such a great set. And also a very surprising set was Kratzwerk with Tagmata. They used it was almost like some sort of slush wave, post rock, atmospheric, whatever. It was really great. And like I said, the cinema sound quality was superb. Seats were great. Overall vibe was just super chill. You could get slush puppies if you wanted. So
I was wondering what the vibe was at the theater, because I mean it sounds great, but I was wondering how many people were there. Like, were people seated? Were they standing around? Like, what was it like?
Yeah, you wanted to be seated. I think some people were even like sleeping or like dozing off in the seats and just listening to the music or watching the stream. I think we had, was it over 50 people, 60?
Nice.
I could get the numbers for you if you want to be really specific, but next to the theater was the merch area. People just talking, hanging out, buying stuff, swapping tapes. It was great. Yeah. And Nature Wave was also pretty cool. It was on the Sunday. I did my set last at the end of the day. But it was really great. Just people chilling in a park. Nature Wave, ambient music. Good food. Shout out to the Volkskeuken for the good food they delivered. Yeah, it was good.
Sounds lush.
Can you still access some of it online? Because we'll post some links, I think. Because I think some of the we streamed the days of Flamingo Fest, so they're available.
Yeah. What you need to do is check out High Eden's video. You can find him on either Instagram or YouTube. You just go to High Eden Slushwave After Movie, because he had
link it in the
VHS-C camera.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's wicked. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll share that for people so they can catch up, because obviously a lot of people wouldn't have made it, but will be intrigued to hear how special it was.
Was there a show at the start of the summer in Cologne as well?
Yeah. Oh man, true. Yeah, was in the Blue Shell Club.
Summer of shows.
Yeah, Cologne. Yeah, that was also that was pretty cool. Was there with Desert Sand, Room 208, Stashi, Poeder Polly. And I hope I didn't forget anyone else now. Yeah. Seems so far away.
Overdue a show in the UK, aren't we, Enzo?
Say that again.
I think 2026 we need to do some shows in the UK. They're overdue, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that
to make it work.
The other day. I can't remember where I said it, but I think the plan is to try and bring it back early spring. So when the weather starts to turn a little bit, come March or something, it'd be good. Could do something in London. Yeah. Because we haven't done. We tried to do one, and one of the headliners had some personal issues, so we had to reschedule that, and we haven't got round to putting it back on, what with Flamingo Fest and stuff and the film to wrap up. But it would be cool. It's hard. I don't understand why, because we do sell a lot of stuff in synthwave and vaporwave in the UK, and I think maybe there's a lot of competition in London, but then at the same time, if you tried to put on a show in another part of the UK, you might not have the captive audience, so it's really tough. I don't think the scene's quite there at the moment. But it's worth doing something, even if you just aim to break even and just put on. All the shows we've done so far have been really fun.
I mean, the Cologne show was pretty cozy. In like, what was the place's name in London that we played at with the cat?
Folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
It was very similar like that. Very similar.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like
small venues, but pack it out. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Well, we'll try and do that. Thom, you guys have just dropped a new Donor Lens album. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. So it's getting chilly, and we've put out a record called As Cold as Winter. So we kind of never made it really clear, but like there's kind of two sort of levels of Donor Lens albums now. So we got kind of mainline albums, sort of DDS style, where so we got Miracle Lounge, Midnight Store, Error Area, and Rose Room, but we've also got much more kind of sample based, mixtapey, classic vaporwave stuff. And to follow on from one we made called As Warm as Summer, we've just done one called As Cold as Winter, which is classic vaporwave, all samples, quite sort of prankster-ish, but also quite pretty in places, and hopefully a good soundtrack for these long dark nights as it's getting a little bit colder. So yeah, maybe we'll slip a track into the outro of this or something. But yeah, people seem to like it, and people
we did a
seem
good
to like
listening party
the cat on the cover.
Good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the listening party we did on Bandcamp on Friday was really cool as well. It's always nice. You had like 30 or 40 people in, which was really nice. It seemed well received.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm waiting to, for the sake of music, have a time to where I can listen to the whole thing from start to finish. No interruptions, the noise canceling headphones on. So I think sometime this week I'll be able to like really listen to, because I was at the listening party and I just had it sort of casually listening, but I'm waiting for that time where I can like really listen and really hone in on it, and
nice.
And be able to like give it the right proper listen.
I did that Saturday morning. I took the dog for a walk and Sonny went to sleep in the pram, so I had like a good half hour, 40 minutes to myself. And just had my headphones on and I checked it out properly, because I've heard the tracks in demo stage at various points, and the same as you guys, I was doing the listening party, but at the same time I was also kind of pottering around, tidying up and stuff as well. Jumping on.
It's quite a good soundtrack for that. Like, it's not, it's not a magnum opus. Like, you don't need to listen to the whole thing. Like, there's quite a lot of sort of silly, memey moments. So there's a track called Rock One Preset.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, that's the best
one. Isn't it just literally that video slowed down? Have you chopped it up at all? I'm peering behind the curtain here.
No, it's just a video of Damon Albarn pressing play on an omnichord, but like we're allowed to do that, It's public domain. But yeah, it sounds like we've sampled a Gorillaz song, but we haven't.
You're not making up excuses, huh?
I love it. Low effort.
I listened to the album when I was building my PC. Really great stuff.
It's awesome.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Awesome. You put out an album recently as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You did the Hiraeth. Can you tell us a bit about the Hiraeth project? The it's like a remix album or revisit.
Yeah,
is it?
It's called Hiraeth, the Ambient Works, where I kind of collect the ambient tracks that are named Hiraeth, obviously, or tracks that are related to that kind of utopian ambient solar punk thing that I'm making, and I reworked a lot of them. And I think in one track, I think it's Hiraeth number 3 or 4, I sampled some PlayStation menu music. So I even mangled it further, added new synths, new layers, different effects. And for Hiraeth number 2, I sampled some guitar stuff and drums. But now I overdubbed it with my own VST guitar and own drums, and kind of to make it, well, I don't want to say Spotify safe, but to make it feel more original instead of just plain sampling. And I wanted to remix some because some were just old, and I thought, it could use some tweaking. So I gathered all the old sound files and made this whole new compilation remix project. And at the end of the whole album, there's one track that's completely new. And I think I made it somewhere 2023, something like that. So also one new track.
So this has been sitting in the. This has been quite a long time in the works then.
Yeah, it has. Because I had already also like a dark ambient album that's waiting since also 22 or 23. And I wasn't sure in which order to release them in, because I thought if I'm going to release out of the blue dark ambient, then people will be like, what is this? This is not Vaporwave. And they'll be pretty mad at me. So I thought I need to introduce people more to the ambient kind of stuff that I make. So that's why I did this ambient remix project. And that's why I also did Blueberries on Mars before this. Yeah. So end of the year, new album. Yeah.
Can I ask you though, like as as an artist who's been around since day one, like some of your albums, your early albums are like in that kind of canon of classics from the genre. Like you're obviously well known, well respected, well loved and all that as an artist.
Thank you.
Do you feel the pressure to conform to an expectation with the music that you make still now, or are you kind of more content that you've built up an audience that will follow you on whatever journey you go on?
I guess a mix of both. Like I know that when I don't make classic vaporwave, I will lose some listeners, will lose some followers, because they're just there strictly for the sampled Weather Channel or strict up Mallsoft stuff.
Yeah.
But at some point, I just got a little bit fed up with making all the time the same kind of stuff, and I don't know, I wanted to try something new, and hopefully also introduce people to a new sound or different people to this kind of music.
Yeah.
Like I do feel the pressure sometimes. That's why I was very hesitant to release this dark ambient album that's coming later this year, hopefully. I know everyone will not like it, but I'm like, yeah, well, this is what I made, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's your job as well, though. I mean, that comes with the pressure too, I suppose. I mean, I know you've got the label, which probably does some of the lifting, but you don't have a job apart from what you do. I mean, you've managed to make it a full-time concern, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that comes with pressures as well.
You always have to look for, it sounds bad, but stuff that sells. But then I also just want to release stuff that might not sell, but is part of the musical journey an artist makes. Sounds maybe very vague, but
no, I think that's fair enough. I mean, that's what you guys do as well, Thom, right? I mean, with the donor lens stuff, like you've got the stuff, like you said, you've got your more considered long, you know, the stuff that takes you a lot longer to put together, and then you have this fun kind of let me play around with some mixtape style stuff as well.
Yeah, sort of having your cake and eating it kind of thing. And actually, like, people probably prefer, or often prefer the kind of low effort samply stuff, which is absolutely fine. You know, we like a lot of stuff like that. That's why we do it. So yeah, it's nice to do both, really.
Yeah, I mean, if I would go sample hunting on YouTube, then if you would let me sample hunt on YouTube, and I would make a total new Mallsoft album, and I would have fun with it. But it feels also like a phase that has passed.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm still in that phase.
I find YouTube's a dog to try and navigate these days. Like I had NordVPN. We're not sponsored by them. I know every other podcast you listen to probably is, but I had that for a while, and it was like enabled me to block out all the adverts on YouTube, because it's become a killer. Like I could think, oh, I've got an hour now, I'm going to search for samples for this project I'm working on, and then you spend 2 minutes waiting for a video, and then at the end of that video, the video doesn't start. You click it again, and then the advert plays again. I'm just like done with it. It's like my main source of sample hunting has been deprived of me. It's fucking infuriating.
Dead internet theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should do an album about that.
Dead internet theory. Yeah.
Well,
we can start a band called that.
We've been doing an album with Limo that's taken us like almost as long as the albums you're talking about. So I think we had the idea for it, me, my brother and Limo, about 3 years ago. I won't go into too much detail yet, because it's probably fairer for him to be on a podcast when we do it. But we there's a film. People have seen some hints here and there on our social media feed, so this will be kind of a little spoiler for them, a little nugget for them. But there's a film that I'm particularly obsessed with, and so is Limo, and we've done like a reimagined soundtrack to tell the story of that film, and we've been working on that for fucking years, and it was becoming harder and harder to find the last couple of samples. That's how I ended up in this like YouTube crisis, and that's coming out towards the end of this year as well, or maybe January. I'm so excited to have got that off my back at last. We've been spending the last few weeks finishing it up, but it's going to be cool, I think. How are you doing, Aldo? You've been doing any DJ sets in donut stores or?
No, in the random spots have kind of taken a little bit of a break. I was thinking a furniture store would be a good place, but I don't have any solid leads. But as far as albums, man, I've got like 5 albums I'm just sitting on that I have no idea how to release or when to release.
I made a tune with you for one. What's happening to that album?
So that one is probably the most promising one. It's called Sleep Timer, and it's about 20 tracks, and I'm trying to get a feature on every track, and so far it's going well. I mean, it's got a good lineup so far. Let me open up my project files here. I got Lunitas on one, Vanitas, one from Mist, you guys, Donor Lens, Unknown Caller, Blue Screen. So
nice.
It's coming together really, really well, and I'm just sending all the features. I'm just sending like, hey, here you go, do whatever you want with it. And I've been getting back some really cool stuff. So I'm trying to get that one done, but like I said, I made it like 20 tracks, so finding 20 features is the hard part. But that's like my goal, is that I want every song to have a feature from somebody, but I don't want it to just be a random feature. I'd rather it be from someone that I like, or friends, or someone that I know, or someone that I don't know but I enjoy their music. So that's the part that's taking a little while. But yeah, and then I guess I've got like 4 or 5 albums just sitting on the computer, just waiting to release, but either I'm missing art, or they're not mixed or mastered, or it's one thing or the other. But hopefully soon I'll be able to get some stuff out.
Cool. So maybe early in the new year, something new for me?
I was hoping, yeah, by January have so Sleep Timer is the one with all the features, so I'm hoping by January to be able to have some art and everything, and that one be able to go and send out to Bandcamp and wherever else.
I was going to hit you up for another DJ set for the Club Flamingo as well, which would be quite cool. We just did a tape with St. Pepsi. I did a garage side, and then he did like a mixture of house, garage, and some of his tunes. And we've just put out a tape, which is we sold like 150 tapes, I think.
Holy shit! Yeah,
Do you know the mad thing? The mad thing about it, I think this shows like St. Pepsi. If you slap St. Pepsi on something, people will buy it, because only Club Flamingo members have heard the mix. That came as a free download, and the tape was released as a blind, like no audio. Like you have to be a subscriber to have the audio. It's physical only. Yeah. So I know you can see whether someone's got the subscriber discount. The vast majority of people who bought the tapes just they've never heard it. There's a track list, so they know the tunes, but like you can read what the tunes are, but it's crazy.
But that's no fun.
It's the classic.
I kind of like the. It feels like because we've done it it's like a proper mixed house and garage style set. So it's like you've got a rave tape pack for a rave you didn't go to. Like it's that kind of vibe to me, which I quite like. I think I'd be tempted to buy it myself if it wasn't on our label. I think I'd have bought it, but I'm crazy like that.
I was telling you. I mean, I sent y'all a picture this morning, but I did like an hour DJ set to nobody, just my computer and my plants, and by the time I was about hitting an hour, and I said, "Fuck, I would have loved to recorded this," but luckily I have all the I had all the LPs like stacked in the order that I played them, so I'm thinking I'm going to try and go back. I'm going to try and go back and record them. And some of the records were from when I went shopping in New York at Face Records, which is like a classic city pop Japanese, small record shop in Williamsburg, and I got to go there and I picked up a few records, and so I threw some of that stuff on there. But like I said, by the time I realized how good the mix was, I wasn't recording or anything. So I said, I'm gonna have to come back and do this again.
While you're on that subject, going to record shops in New York, I can't remember the names of the 2 shops that we sold records to when we were there, but I want to give a shout to Eric, Sly Vinyl Eric, who was out there with us for the show, and helped us out with the merch and things like that. Great guy. He put in the work when we were all fucking knackered and hungover on the last day to approach loads of record shops who took off our hands quite a lot of stock. So there's loads of Vaporwave in the wild in Brooklyn now, which is really cool. So I think we had 2 shops that took like 60 records off us.
Dang,
So
even for travel, that's convenient.
We factored in the cost of shipping, all the import taxes and stuff like that, and it just made sense to sell them slightly cheaper direct to shops and sort of have them in the wild, as it were.
Yeah. Always finding
cool.
like vapor vinyl in the wild is always like a little bit of like a hit. It like makes my ears perk up. But then I'm also
we stock
like,
stuff in Reckless in Chicago. They pick up stuff from us.
Yeah, but anytime I see that, I'm thinking like, why are they selling this? Like, I'm like, who came and sold this? Who was like, I'm tired of these records. Let me go ahead and sell them off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder who dumped them there.
Yeah, because we sell it as like wholesale stock of new releases generally. But yeah, people must go in with their collections and go, I'm done here. But you could sell it on Discogs, most of it, for quite a lot of money, like especially the old stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to get those prices in a record shop.
I always wonder that there's one of my favorite shops here in town. They're called Crazy Rhythm Records. Every Saturday they'll do a video of like all their release or whatever they're going to put on the floor. And I consistently am seeing just a shitload of Beatles records or Paul McCartney or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking like, this wasn't just 2 or 3 records from one person, 2 or 3. I'm like, someone had to have sold their collection of Beatles stuff. I'm like, what did they do? Like, what did the Beatles do or the members do to offend them or hurt them that they said, that's it, I'm getting rid of all the records. I'm going to take them.
I got nearly all of my Beatles records from a car boot sale in Cardiff. I turned up at Splot Market on a Saturday morning. This is about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I already had quite a few of them. But this woman, she was quite pissed off with her husband. I think that he may have done something unspeakable. And they were no longer together, but she sold them all to me for £5 each. And she took great joy in the fact that she was selling them for way lower than their value. And they were like the originals. They weren't like first pressings, but they were very old. They had, instead of having just a slip, like an inner sleeve, they had the one that folds over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like the old school inner sleeve that folded like a parcel.
I hate
like
those.
They were proper, they were 60s pressings, like, you know, and they were sold. I bought them all for like a £5. I got every album off her except for the White Album, I think.
You know which? Speaking of old sleeves, you know which ones I can't stand. I know we're on a video call, so
you're going to show me the ones. You're going to show me the ones with the rounded bottom. I know it. All my city
Japanese one.
The flimsy plastic inner sleeve.
I absolutely hate it.
Is that
the circular bottom? Yeah.
Which record is that? Although, which record was that?
Is that Henry?
Is it Henry?
Yeah, I think Henry. Yeah, I have the same. Yeah.
I've got the same. Yeah.
Don't make me start flexing the Discogs wish list on you,
mate. Let me pull out my Casio.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see what else.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Classics.
Did you know that was a live album, Enzo? Did you know that's a live album?
I didn't until I bought it. Yeah.
No, until Aldo made a sticker.
Oh, nice.
Until Aldo made a sticker saying, "Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that Mint Jams is a live album?"
You know, I still had. So, I had a person buy. So I put the stickers on Bandcamp. If you don't know, I made like 3 rounds of like bootleg City Pop bumper stickers. And the first round,
one's cool.
The Tatsuro ones, yeah. I think I gave y'all some, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope I gave y'all some.
You did, yeah.
And I put them on Bandcamp and Etsy, and someone from Japan paid like a lot of money for a set of 3, so it was 6 stickers total. But I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to ship them. Like, the address, when I try and buy the shipping label from Etsy, it was giving me a bunch of errors when I went to Pirate Ship, which is how I usually ship. I copied and pasted the address, and I was getting all these sort of inconsistencies, and just communication between the buyer and me was not going well. But they were from Japan, which made me feel like, I don't know if imposter syndrome is the right word, but I felt real shitty making bumper stickers of, you know, a Japanese artist, and then someone from Japan trying to buy them, and me just having the hardest time to get it out. And they eventually canceled their order. So
no way.
Oh no! It's not a happy ending.
It might be for the best, though. It might be for the best. Who knows what sort of a series of events that might have triggered.
Yeah, and I was really I even told them, like, I know you canceled your order, but I'm going to get your stickers to you one way or another. And, you know, it was pretty expensive, like for the shipping and everything. And I could not get it out.
Send them to us. I'll send them. I'll send them to him.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah. Well, I actually don't. So that was
so convoluted.
That was the saddest part. Was that I
love the idea though of him getting them 6 months later. Though that is quite sweet. Like imagine that just opening up this random parcel. Like what the fuck? He'd probably reach out to you and pay you again.
This is a Vaporwave podcast, so you know, in true spirit, you can get it a year after you ordered it. But,
or never.
Or never, yeah. So, you know, and the worst part was that they eventually sold out, like all the ones that I had are gone. So I'm like, gosh, I'd have to order a whole new batch to get this poor person who wanted them to get his stickers. But, you know, they're still there on the Etsy page. One day he will get them. I don't know when, I don't know how, but he will get them one day.
We had a really polite cease and desist from Hiroshi Nagai.
Oh, no way.
Oh, really?
Oh, for Turnt Boy, right? For the Turnt Boy record?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was early, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he'd put out the album on tape like a few times, and I think for whatever reason, when we posted about it on Twitter, there's a guy like I don't know if he was from Japan as well, like an artist. Someone had paid to license that particular background image for a single that they'd done. And they were pretty pissed off that we just used it. And, you know, like, a lot of the stuff is appropriated in that way with Vaporwave, whether it's the samples, whether it's the art source. And I imagine that Hiroshi Nagai gets his fair share of people taking his art without requesting.
You got we did cease and desist?
We released it, and it had already been out for a couple of years, so I didn't really see any issues. Like, we've done worse things, you know, like Late Night Delight is more bait than that, you'd argue. But just because the artist who'd paid to commission it caught wind of it, he kicked off. And then we had this really polite message from Hiroshi Nagai in the DMs from Instagram. And I asked him, like, how much it would cost to actually use it, or use some of his art. Like, we kind of came to an agreement where we'd already printed the records. If we didn't use the sleeves and we put them in a black disco sleeve, we could leave the label stickers on because they had the art as well. He was like, that's fine, you can do that. And then we kind of came to a tentative agreement that one day in the future we could license something from his, but it's quite expensive, so it'd have to be the right project. Because it was a good few thousand dollars, which in Vaporwave terms wipes out most of your profit, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But it would be cool to do it just to have an officially licensed kind of thing.
I was gonna say, in the end, it was too bad it was a DM and not like an actual email with his like signature on there. You could have saved the signature and saved it, but. They're
like, sorry, can you put this in writing officially? Here's my address. I'd like you to send this, and you need to sign it. This needs to be a proper letter because I want to frame it. Like,
if you want me to stop what I'm doing, I need you to do this.
Yeah, you should have said that.
The worst thing was we pressed 250 copies, so we had to pulp nearly all the sleeves, and I couldn't bring myself to throw all the sleeves away. So like, I think it was like 2 months ago, I put out 10 or 20 of them. So there's a handful of people out there who've got the original sleeve. Because I just couldn't.
Why are you admitting this?
Yeah,
they're listening.
I don't know.
There goes your money.
It's 3 years on now. It's like, I kind of thought, I'd make that one like quite.
I don't think that's the statute of limitations, is it? I think you need to wait.
You're fucked now, boy.
Okay, you can cut this bit out. Nah, don't worry, it's fine.
I'm going to boost it. I'm going to bass boost it. I'm going to put a reverb on it.
Of all the things that are likely to get picked up, I don't think that Hiroshi Nagai listens to FutureSounds FM as good as this podcast undoubtedly.
You never know.
No, maybe he does.
Well, if you do listen, we absolutely adore your artwork, and it was done with love. And
that doesn't hold up in court.
I'm sorry.
Is that a poster behind you? Is that one of his prints behind you?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit! You're calling me out, like.
Look, right there.
Is it from Redbubble?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Which album is it? Turnt Boy said.
Turnt Boy's Player.
Yeah.
So on Bandcamp, it's got a different art that I created, but if you look at the record itself, it's like the. There's like a Cadillac or some kind of big car at a T-junction with a beach and palm trees and stuff. It's a classic, very, very famous piece of art by him.
Did you
sorry.
know that?
I'm sorry.
Let's see, which artist is it? Oh, I think he changed it already. Give me 1 sec. There's this artist on Spotify, Vapora, I think is the name. He's
As opposed to
done
Vapera.
I don't know, Vapora. He made an album, Hologram Plaza 2, which has kind of similar artwork looking like that. I can link it to you guys so you can see it.
Okay, yeah, I know the cover for that. Yeah, the Disconscious album, yeah.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that for some reason his sampled tracks have YouTube Content ID, which has taken over the original. So when you look up the original sample, you see
like the
that
infinity
it's actually
frequencies
him.
thing.
The
original composers get pissed off when that happens, like understandably.
So now apparently I have sampled Vapora. I was like, huh? Who the hell is that?
As opposed to, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. And he also uses artwork that looks like the Turnboy one, like with the car and beach.
Yeah. The classic city pop art style.
Yeah,
if you can call it that. While we're talking about bootlegging and uncleared samples, what do you guys make? This is I'm willing to venture to see how brave you guys are willing to be on this. What's your take on the Virtua Algorithm label that's been putting out a lot of classic albums, and no permission. I mean, you can see the threads in Vapor Vinyl. It's Vapor Vinyl subreddit's kind of been overtaken by people who are just desperate to have the records, which on a basic level I understand. The desire to play your favourite records, which are never going to be available on turntable. I can see why people would buy it, but it's become quite a battleground where if anyone makes even a questioning post about whether this is right or okay, they get downvoted to oblivion.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on it? The thing I thought was... go on.
Like, for an artist like the size of like mine and Jay's project, for like an artist the size of Donor Lens, where like we're a long way from, that being our sole source of income, like we would be flattered with if somebody made a bootleg. Like it wouldn't bother me. Like I can totally understand like artists who are a level above in terms of kind of professionalism. Like I can understand that that's really irritating, and it kind of, well, beyond irritating because it interferes with their livelihood. But like on a purely sort of,
can I play devil's advocate here? Can I just play devil's advocate for a second? So if it's affecting your livelihood, why are you not making it available on vinyl? That's the question that gets posed. Why not satisfy the demand? You can't complain about the lost income if you're not satisfying that, is the devil's advocate question.
I think that only really applies to one artist, and they have their reasons for not wanting to release on vinyl, right? Like whatever those reasons are.
Sure.
I mean, if it's all sampled stuff anyway, then what would the original artist's ground be? Like, you don't have nothing to say.
Yeah.
You can't make it hard to say, oh, don't release it because it's mine. Well, it's not really yours. But if they would do,
I think some
Corp
Vaporwave artists do make that argument, though, don't they? And I think it's a hard argument to make, isn't it? If it's 100% sampled music, it's quite like, I think it's hard to explain to anyone outside of Vaporwave that to convince them of that argument.
You stole it. Why can't I steal it from you?
But it's mine.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't like it either.
The what's what I'm looking for, the like narrative behind the album, I think like X artist puts out this record, doesn't want to do it on vinyl, this label does, but I think the idea of the craft and the story and the vibe or whatever they put together, they culminated, is like taking from that. Does that make sense? Like, okay, maybe the music is sampled, but you've arranged it and composed it, and you've put pictures and you've put text and fonts and styles
You've
together.
still transformed the samples as well. You haven't just taken Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, okay, the music isn't mine, but every other part of it is. But it's like a what came first?
There's a word for it that you have done. It's called was it the derivatives? I think is the word.
Derivative.
Right? Is it that word?
Yeah.
Because I had a discussion with an artist I sampled, he emailed me, or I got a cease and desist last year, December, and I decided to email him back in, well, like a month ago or something, after talking with White Woods, who has been confronted by the same artist. And I said, how can we fix it? Because, I didn't know it was you. And how do we fix this? And he said, well, it's like you didn't make something new, but you made something from it. So I would be co-writer, and I would try to fix it, and I probably have to pay him a fee for some lost income, which would not be that crazy high, I assume. But if you would take, for example, completely new Z11 or Pall Mall, and I would register it officially as, well, that word derivatives, however you pronounce it, and list everyone as a co-writer, then it is mine, and then virtual algorithm would not be allowed to press it. Because then it's
but you couldn't
legal.
Stop them. I mean, this is the question here.
They're not allowed to press this stuff anyway, but they just go for it, don't they?
But one thing that this is the part that I'm less okay. Like, full disclosure, I bought the pressing they did of Home Odyssey. I'd seen some posts within there where they said that he'd said he didn't care if people did it. So that as a standalone case is fine. If that's true. And I allowed myself to believe it was true. Like, I didn't dig myself. I tried to find the post. Someone said they were going to link it to me, but they couldn't find it. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. Like, I'm going to take it at face value, which is, weak on my part, I suppose, if I want to really, like, be hard on myself or whatever. I wanted the record.
Nobody's perfect.
Fuck it. No one's perfect. The question, though, is if he'd come out and said no, that's not sampled work. He's composed, that's synthwave. It's a synthwave record. It's the same with the James Ferraro Far Side Virtual. He's composed that music. It's not sampled. So this is a very different conversation now.
Yeah.
Because he didn't steal the music. You are bootlegging a record that someone's composed from scratch.
It's just straight up bootlegging, like they used to do.
The part to me that kind of, like, let's say if, they've been bootlegging this specific artist, you're obviously bootlegging it because you like it, right? That's like a safe assumption to make. But if that artist whom you like, whom you're bootlegging, is outspoken against how against they are what it is that you're doing, I can't imagine that you're like, I'm gonna do it anyways. Like, if you would like that artist enough to go through the process of bootlegging and paying and distributing, and you like it that much, but the artist expresses that they're not, okay with it, and you're still doing it anyways, that just kind of seems like the fuck you part of it to me.
I think most bootleggers are probably it's a commercial thing as well, isn't it? Like, this is going to sell, and so there's a demand for this.
What does a record cost? What does it cost, one record from him? Like, how many euros?
The same as a normal record. He doesn't charge terrible prices. The
20?
records are really good
25?
quality. Like, the pressing I got of Odyssey is outstanding. The sound's brilliant. Yeah. Like, I'm not advertising. I'm just.
No, but I mean, if you would get a crap product, if you would get a shitty product,
and everyone says they're all great. I've only got the one, and it's a great pressing, and the sleeve is heavyweight. The pressing sounds crisp. Like, you can't argue with the quality of it. You can discuss and debate the value or merit of the decision they've taken. And I think the one that you say there, Aldo, is true. It's like, if you love Luxury Elite, and that's why you're bootlegging it, and she's adamantly against it, vehemently opposed to it, how do you square that circle within yourself? Well, you have to assume that you're satisfying other people's demand for it rather than your own love of the record. You'd have to assume that, because I think I wouldn't want an artist that I love to hate me.
That's the weird.
Do you know what I mean?
The strange part. Yeah.
But I don't know. Does he get a lot of money from it? Because if you look at his bank account, then he could be like.
He says that he says that he gives the money to charity.
Okay, show proof. Show the receipt.
I don't know. I'm not going to battle with him. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's an interesting topic because it's coming up everywhere. Yeah. Like, you can see it. Like, I mentioned him earlier on because he called us out on the film, and I think he's got every right to do so. I think that there's mitigation for the reasons that the film's taken ages, and I'm sure that he would make if he was on this podcast mitigating arguments against, you know, some of the stuff that we're throwing out there about the rights and wrongs of bootlegging. But it's an interesting talking point, sorry, because it's a big album every couple of weeks, and they're very big albums. James Ferraro, he's done Echo Jams, he's done Odyssey, he's done a couple of Luxury Elite records. He keeps teasing like Hit Vibes, even though there's been Hit Vibes pressings. I think he might have even done, he's done a splatter of Hit Vibes, which, I mean, there's been 2,000 or 3,000 copies of Hit Vibes.
Don't get me wrong, they look great. I see them posted, I'm like, I would love to have that, but I haven't. I mean, obviously, because I don't know Lux. I've met her a few times, but I don't know her. But I'm like, I just know that she's openly against it, and I'm gonna just choose to not engage. But they do look good, so.
I think it's interesting because it's sort of it's not that different from what you and Jornt do, Enzo. Like it's kind of like if I was trying to explain the differences to my dad between what you do and what they do as a label, like I think it'd be quite hard to explain the differences. But like obviously within our world, like within our community, there is a world of difference, and like they just seem to abide by slightly different rules, and it kind of obviously rubs some people up the wrong way.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know, because like why would you know, if we release a record that's got 12 different artists sampled, are those 12 artists going to be collectively more pissed off than the one artist, in this case Lux? Potentially. Yeah. Maybe they would. I don't know.
It's just an extra level, isn't it? It's an extra level of naughtiness.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely the fundamental point that if you're sampling without permission, then you kind of it's a tough case to make to stop someone doing such a thing. But I think that what Aldo said kind of hits it on the head a bit. You've come up with a concept, you've collected these things, you've curated the mixtape, the experience, you've recontextualized it. I mean, the fact is we love Vaporwave for these reasons, so you can't really diminish them at the same time as saying that you really want this fucking record, whilst diminishing the work that Lux put into curating World Class, for example.
Yeah.
You can't say that she's done fuck all, then love the record enough to want to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big process.
Agree.
I mean, it's not like, oh, I want it, okay, here it is. It's like distributing it, designing the sticker label, the jacket, the master. You know, it's a lot of it's like there's a lot of opportunities to stop and think, and it still made it to the end. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, fair. Anyway, I think we've done enough on that. What have you guys got? Have you got anything else like in the pipelines for the next couple of months? I assume getting ready for Christmas and finishing up loose ends.
Already
Christmas. Well, I'm putting out a solo record that's been more than 5 years in the works, like a bunch of stuff that I had on my hard drive. So I've got a solo like IDM project called Love and Dust that Jay's been like badgering me to release for ages.
Yeah, the artwork's sick.
And yeah, so artwork by Vanitas, and it's like some pretty like extreme kind of glitchy IDM stuff, like ambient stuff. It's got some features from Winter Quilt on it, and some kind of some vocals from Yana Tyrrell as ever. Kira sings on it a little bit, but it's all kind of extremely glitched out, and I think that's coming out November the 14th. Which is exciting because I've been funny about releasing that for whatever reason. I think like because it's IDM as opposed to Vaporwave, and to put our record in that genre, like it has to be like it's a bit of an arms race. Like the standard is so high, like the production needs to be on point basically. And I've been like listening to a load of stuff. Like there's a new record by an artist called Blawan that's been getting loads of press, and that's like a high watermark for kind of contemporary IDM. And I've been trying to compare my record against that, and hopefully I've kind of I'm somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, letting it go, finally coming out.
Nice. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard to. I think finishing is the hardest part of any project. Like sometimes the idea comes in a second, and then it's the letting go of it that takes ages. Like you'll know, working with my brother, how hard it is to get him to say goodbye to a project sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we're fine when we work together. But I think we both got the same kind of
accountability buddies.
Yeah, kind of nagging doubts. Yeah. We're accountability buddies. That's what we are.
Yeah, I like it.
Vaporwave is anonymous.
Quick shout to Jan. I've seen some of the new stuff that she's working on, like on her Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Like some of the new tracks that she's doing are amazing. Like we're probably like quite a few people who listen to this podcast will have heard her on features on your stuff in particular. Yeah. But like Midnight Store and other tracks. But she's doing some of her own stuff, which looks amazing. That my brother's been playing to me quite a lot lately, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, like she's been kind of, like a long overdue debut, basically. And I think a lot of us kind of struggle with this kind of fear of putting stuff out, you know, like because it's pretty. Well, I think like with Vaporwave, like I don't really have that so much because it's such like an enthusiastic audience. But like other genres have like a much more kind of critical audience, and it's sort of a little bit daunting to kind of release music in other genres, I think. But yeah, Jana's putting out some kind of extremely experimental like industrial pop stuff with some like very slick music videos and visuals and stuff, so yeah, really hope that goes well for her.
100%. We're going to play out with one of the tracks from your album that we just dropped, As Cold as Winter. Before we do that, it's just a quick reminder to people. I know I mentioned it at the top of the show, but it would be really great if any of you have Vaporwave merch collections. That could be records, tapes, mini discs. You know, the more creative, the more experimental, the better. Like if you could put together, if you want to be included in the film, a little video showing us your collections. You can be in the video, you don't have to be. We just want to kind of, while we're talking, we've got a whole section in the film where we're talking about the rise of merch and kind of, you know, the moment that vinyl exploded, the whole tape culture behind the scene and all the other niche formats. And it'd be quite cool to show some of your collections. So, if anyone's got a collection and they feel like putting together a video, can't guarantee that it will be used, but we're looking for some fun, creative stuff. Drop us an email at mypetflamingouk@gmail.com. There's a post on the Vapor Vinyl subreddit if you're a member of that, if you didn't catch the email quick enough. But it'd be really cool to showcase you guys' collections. I could easily get a camera out and do mine, but that wouldn't be quite as much fun, I don't think. So yeah, I think that'll just about do it for now. We're going to be back as often as we can now. Try and get some more like a regular flow of episodes. We've got a wider cast. We're going to be introducing some other new co-hosts. We'll probably have some shows coming out which will be led by our American contingent because time zones are a bit of a struggle sometimes to get us all together in one place. But it's great to be back. And we've got an episode coming fairly soon where we're going to talk about some of our personal favourite classic Vaporwave albums of all time. And we'll probably do something similar for Synthwave as well, because I know we're going to get Vapor heavy sometimes. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Good. And thanks for jumping on the call, Aldo, Thom and Jornt. It's great to great to catch up.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thanks
what track do you want to play out with, Thom?
Rock one preset.
It's gotta be. All right, we'll see you next time.
All right, take care, guys. See you later.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Cool. Feel free to stop recording and visit the toilet, go to sleep.